So Ivan tonight is going to share with us how to do this thing about building a new website. I'm going to listen with really big ears. And I want to hand over to Ivan now with his wonderful virtual background and look forward to learning more about how to do this. Thank you, Ivan, for coming, and I look forward to listening in now.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you for introducing me. Thank you for also mentioning that we do have contact with each other. So first of all, a big hello and welcome to everyone who's in this session. Now, this is definitely not a typical workshop. This would be more of an informative session. So I do not want you to sleep, but I would rather prefer that you go get your beer right now. Okay? So we're going to talk about how to build a club website almost for free, and you will know that quite soon. I would love to share my screen while I'm going through this session, because there's a lot of information that you need to see and learn. Well, or like more like to see to get to know, oh, who's that, what's that? So let me share my screen immediately and we will start the session. Just a quick point I would like to make. I know that the session, I mean, from my side, the information will run for 30-35 minutes. So we still have 10 minutes for the Q&A session at the end. So here we go. I will share my entire screen so that, because I do have to navigate between various windows. I hope you're all able to see the full screen mode now. Good.
Yes, can see very well. And just to confirm ahead of time, Ivan has said yes to sharing his PDF at the end of this slideshow. Just
yes,
so that
the presentation file will be shared with you all at the end of the session. A little bit about myself. I am an IT professional by profession, yes, but I'm not a website designer. I deal with Microsoft applications. But the good thing is I know how to Google. So that's what made me build this website for our club. Speaking of our club, I totally forgot I belong to Esprit Toastmasters right here in Frankfurt, as you can see in my background. It's an amazing club. And of course, Esprit Toastmasters and the Toastmasters organization, I love them all. And that's driving the motivation behind me building a website for my club. I would also love to share my email ID with all of you, because if within the Q&A, if I'm unable to answer your question, I will get back with you, or if you need any club website configuration later on, I will guide you. You can stay in touch with my email. What to expect from today's session? We will know the complete story of how to build a website from the beginning to the end, as well as if you currently have a website which needs to be improved, or you want to move it into a totally new one or something to migrate, we will know even those things. And we will talk a lot about terminology. And of course, there are certain areas where I personally experienced some pitfalls, and I want to make you aware of what kind of pitfalls you may come across. This is the agenda for tonight. I would like to take this moment to explain the prologue, story behind all this. In July 2019, I became the president of the club, Esprit Toastmasters. And the very first thing that I wanted to bring in as a change within the club is the club website. I would like to show you how the previous website looked like. So this is the previous website. As you can see, when I go to any of these pages, it's definitely not 2020 style. It's not friendly enough. And this is, of course, this website is not even mobile friendly. So when I first joined the club 3 years ago and they told me this is the website, I looked it up on my mobile and I had to inverse my mobile so that I could read the text. So this was definitely not good enough. I'm sure that my grandmother, who passed away 10 years ago, has seen better websites. So this is the driving motivation behind me bringing up with a new website. And I collaborated with the then VP membership and VP public relations, who worked a lot with the members. They did surveys, they went up individually and asked the members what they want to see in the new website. And one of the major points was to show our culture, like the fun and friendly club which Esprit Toastmasters is not reflected anywhere on this old website. So they wanted that culture to be shown. They wanted to see images of people. And of course, technologically speaking, they definitely wanted it to be mobile friendly. And we planned to finish this in 3 months, July, August, September, but we were able to finish all of it in a bit more than 2 months. At the beginning of September, around September 10th, we successfully launched our new website. And this is how it looks like today. A whole lot of difference, right? Now let's go back to the presentation file. Now, just to make it easy for all of you to understand the technicalities and so on, I thought, let me come up with a story. How to build a website is pretty much similar to how to build a house. So I hope this would make it easy for all of you to understand whatever I'm saying. The very first thing that when we want to build a house is to find the land. And this is how it looks like. So when it comes to building websites, we need a web host provider. Now, there are many web host providers like GoDaddy and so on. I listed a few of them over here, but within our case, we were sticking with Strato because of a couple of reasons. Number one, we were using Strato even for the older website. And number two, it has a lot more features. Only when I started this project, I got to know that Strato is much bigger than that shitty website. This is how typically Strato looks like when we log in, when we buy the package and so on. As you can see, we are paying 30 euros per month for the Strato package, what they offer, and they are offering a lot of features. For example, we have 3 web domains. As you can see over here, we have edctoastmasters.com, frankfurttoastmasters.de, and there is one more. So technically speaking, we can build 3 websites within the package that we bought. And again, we also have emails. All of us have email configuration available. For example, I'm the president, so I have edc@edc-toastmasters.com. Similarly, all the officers have their own email IDs. And another important thing is the high drive. The high drive, 250 gigabytes, that's the storage space, which also is being offered within this package. And of course, the best of all, Strato is offering us WordPress. I will talk about WordPress in a minute. Before that, I would like you to take your attention on this. Now that you have a land and you're planning to build a house, you definitely would have an address for this. And this address is the email server information within the Strato package. For security reasons, I have blackened the port numbers, but this will be used later on for many, many cool features. And we will get to that part soon. Now that we have the land and we have the postal address confirmation, so let's start building. We need all the raw material for the construction, the concrete, the cranes, and everything. And that is exactly WordPress. It's the building material of the website. If you look for the exact technical term, it's called as a web content management system. And there are many web content management systems in the market, like Wix, Squarespace, Jimdo, and so on. And when it comes to WordPress, it has a lot of features which can be compatible and be used rather than when we compare it with others. They are also having features, but we need to pay for them. And okay, configuration wise, they may be more friendly, but when it comes to the technical features, nothing in this world can beat WordPress. I did research on that, trust me. And a big thing that I want to show you over here is the link /WP admin. That's the administration portal for pretty much any website hosted on WordPress all over the world. So I don't know, maybe google.com is hosted on WordPress. Then you can go to google.com and /WP admin. And then you'll be prompted for username and password. Mine is EDC President. Of course, this is for my website. But if you're able to crack Google, then you have hacked Google successfully. Next, we are talking about themes. Now, themes is all about the external appearance of the website, similar to painting your house, the external side. And there are many themes available for free within WordPress itself. And there are also basic packages and pro packages. For example, in our website, we are using Hestia and Orfeo. Now, there are, like I said, basic and pro, and you can go for pro if you want additional features. I will show you how the difference would be. Now, this is what we have with the Hestia package. Now, if we could go for the pro package, then we can place this title, the main title, to the right side, or probably bring this about us on top. These kind of, or the navigation itself, we can move it to the left instead of the right. These kind of minor adjustments can be made if we have the pro package, but the basic package is good enough. If not Hestia, there are many other themes, some of them dark, some of them bright. So you can choose what you want to have. And another point, when it comes to themes, if you do not care about the price, I would recommend Divi. Divi is absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to the appearance, but it costs. Next, we go to the plugins. Now, plugins are all about, now you have the building, you painted it outside, but you do need the water connection, the electricity and interiors, where to place the doors, where to place the windows, and so on and so forth. Now, that's nothing but the features, is the plugins. Now, there are many, probably thousands, tens of thousands of plugins available in WordPress store, but there are a few which I absolutely love and which I implemented in our website. There are a couple of things that I want to talk through over here. Card elements for Elementor. Now, within our club, we have our Vice President Public Relations who is taking care of the content management. Let's say there is a new pathway, for example, and I would request our PR, hey, please create a page and put this content over there. Now, when he is doing that, the text and the image and the layout of the page are all very, very user-friendly because we have this plugin called Card Elements. It makes the life of the content writer much easy. Connections Business Directory. This is probably one of the coolest that I've ever seen. Now, previously in the older website, it was quite plain, with plain text, Club President, Ivan Sunnam. And it's so boring. Whereas over here in the new website, when we go to the executive committee page, there is absolutely no text, just image with the name of the person and what is the title. And what I can do is, when I scroll the mouse over, it shows up the email. And when I click on the email, immediately I can send out an email to our education. So cool, right? So we started doing that. So this is again reflects on our culture. Less text, more images, fun and friendly. And as you can see, every page within our entire website as a header, which shows our officers team. Okay, this is the previous officers team, but yes, the fun and friendliness, we maintain that culture. Going back to the presentation, contact form 7, the coolest, my favorite plugin ever, and it does amazing things. I will talk about it very quickly, but we have another important thing to do. Now you have everything ready. You can start to move in. Now, when we wanted to basically migrate the content from the older one to the newer website, we did a lot of review. Now, we put this in our heads. Keep as less text as possible, remove all unnecessary and duplicated information, and we tried to improvise, like in the case of the executive committee page. So I would recommend the same thing for you all. Less text, more images, and it should be welcoming for the public. The public should see who these people are. Finally, we come to the smart home. Now that you have the complete home and you moved in, it's time to make it smart, right? Now I'm going to show you something, the coolest feature, the complete online solution from guest to becoming a member process. Now, over here in our website, we have dedicated this page, how to be a member, for this feature. And I mentioned before, contact form 7, that is enabling us to build forms. And also, do you remember, I spoke about the postal address, the email configuration setup, which was there in Strato. The very first thing what we have to do is we have to do that on the WordPress itself. Don't worry about the technical configuration. I got that covered. I have resources for you. So you will see more over there. It's quite easy to follow. But let me show you how this contact form 7 works. So the very first thing, guest comes to the club, sees he or she is happy. Now we suggest, okay, in our website, we have this page. Please go there and just put in your name and email. For example, Ivan.Sunnam@hotmail.com. And because we are asking for the name and email ID, we have to make sure that they are giving us the consent. And to make sure that they're giving us the consent, they cannot click on send me the welcome kit like this. They do have to click yes. And it directs to the privacy policy, which is the Toastmasters International Privacy Notice. So they give a digital consent by giving the tick mark, and they say, send me the welcome kit. And immediately there would be an email which says, greetings guest. I mean, I put my name, so it says greetings Ivan, and it will ask me to fill in the following forms: the membership form, the privacy notice, and the GDPR forms, both in English and German. And they can download it just by clicking it. They click on it, it opens up, and in the same way, the privacy notice, and I'll take one of the GDPR forms from here. I need to be careful when I'm scrolling on the top of this window because it might stop sharing. So they have the form, and they have to download it locally. That's the first thing that they need to do. Download this one as well. Download the last one. Cool. Now I open my downloads folder and I see that these three are present here. So just for demonstration purpose, I will take the club privacy notice, for example, and all I have to do is simply, I can use my sign over here. Okay, I am using Foxit PDF Reader. You can do the same thing with Adobe as well, with the writing tools enabled. So all I have to do is drag my sign over here. Come on. Okay, and then I take the typewriter and I keep the date, let's say And that's it. I save this. Now I can close this one. And remember, guys, we have one membership form and two GDPR forms. One is the Toastmasters and the other one is the local one. So now we go back to the website. And of course, they can always do the online bank transfer of funds. So everything is done digitally over here. Again, once we have filled in the forms, we just have to give the name as well as the email ID again. And we have made it as upload your membership form and upload the GDPR forms. Now, we made them different. I will tell you the secret why. So here I come in. This is the first file on my downloads. And now you have to remember, this is a single file upload, and the second one is a multi-file upload. Multi-file basically means I can upload two at a time. And yes, normally they can do the digital signature and that's good enough. And they say signed and ready. Now, when the guest clicks on this, puts up the forms and clicks on it, then immediately they will receive an acknowledgement email that the officers have received your forms, and you need not worry about it. They are working on building your Toastmasters ID and so on and so forth. Whereas we, officers, we would receive an email with both of these forms. Three of the forms. It does take a little bit of time because of the number of attachments, but I will try my best to show you probably here. Not yet. I can also show you from my Strato email, because the forms are directed directly to the EDC president account to the Strato. Then I put a forward from Strato email to my email. Yes, right now we have all the three. Yes, new member announcement. So this is how it looks like. And there are a couple of attachments. One is the membership form and the other one is a zip file. When we do a multi-file upload, it comes out as a zip file. That's how Contact Form 7 works. There is no other way around, but it is good. Now, you may ask, hey, if you have multi-file enabled, then why don't we have all three together? Now, the tricky part is, this is to make sure our secretary works efficiently. Now, this email goes to all the officers, and the secretary can easily distinguish between the membership form, place it in the high drive in the membership forms folder, and the GDPR forms in the GDPR forms folder in high drive. So just to show you, open with WinRAR. Okay, close this. I believe this is the one which I filled with my signature. Yep, there you go. That's how the complete online solution works. Now, do not worry about the technical configuration. I will give you a quick glance of how it looks like. So like I mentioned, Contact Form 7 is a plugin, and we go there, and I will quickly show you how the upload form works, one of them. So this is how it basically is written. But guys, like I said, nothing to worry. It's all covered in videos. And this is the email, the first email, which goes to the officers with the attachments over there. And this is the acknowledgement email. Mail 2 is the acknowledgement email which the guest receives instantly. And that's all there is for the online solution. And finally, we can get back to the presentation file again. Now, do you guys remember how much did we pay? Elizabeth, you want to take a guess? Elizabeth, you're on mute. Elizabeth, you're on mute.
I think it's just the 30 euros on Strato per month.
Exactly. That's all there is to pay. Yes. So we are only paying for the Strato, and everything else we built on our own. All the configurations, like I said, I just know how to Google, and I searched on these solutions on YouTube. They're all there, and I have put the links for you. Now, after we built all this, we asked a professional web designer, hey, what do you feel about this whole website? Please give us an opinion, a review. And the professional website designer has given us great compliments. She's not a Toastmaster. She's actually an external friend of mine. And she gave me a nice comparison chart. What normally the commercial organization's website should have. Those are marked in the red categories over here. And what our current website has, those are the black ones which are mentioned in the list here. And then she made a map, what's covered where. And she also gave us some suggestions on some areas that we could improve. Those are marked in the red triangles, and we told them, yes, we will work on them and we will do our best. Here are the resources, like I mentioned. The first step is to make sure the email configuration from Strato to WordPress, that's covered in the first video. The second video is about Contact Form 7, the basic tutorial. It's quite easy to follow, no big deal. And the third one is how to do a single file upload and multi-file upload. And that's it. That's all there is for building the complete online solution for your clubs. Avoid the paper. Let's be digital. Now, pitfalls. Of course, there are certain areas where we came across some difficulties and some unexpected accidents, let's say. Watch out for those updates. Now, when you have the WordPress and the plugins and the themes, you also have to remember they're all on cloud, and there are continuous updates from the WordPress, from each of these themes, from the plugins, and so on. So this happened to me personally in our own website. One time I updated the WordPress from 5.2 to 5.3 or something. The latest version right now we have is 5.4.1. When I did the update from 5.2 to 5.3, the Contact Form 7 did not work at all. And I was so shocked. I didn't know what to do. And then I observed that even the plugin Contact Form 7 was also requesting for an update. So I had to make sure that I update Contact Form 7 as well. And then the latest version of WordPress was compatible with the latest version of Contact Form 7. So please make sure that whenever you're doing updates, do some tests, see if everything is fine. And like I mentioned, do not overdo the content. What I mean by that is when you have images, for example, the very first image on the home page of our website, it's quite a high quality image. It was initially 5 MB or 7 MB or so. And the higher the size of this image, you are putting extra load on the loading of the website. The website would load very slow if the images are way too big in size. So my personal recommendation out of what I have done and so on, I would recommend between 700 KB to 1.2 MB. That's an ideal size of an image to be placed on the web pages. Not more than that, otherwise it takes a lot of time. And the next steps, what we are looking forward in our PR journey as well as related to the website is the search engine optimization. Our VP PR, Udo Kroner, I believe he's here somewhere. He's currently working on this project, and we are hoping to have more success with this. Yes, okay, before the questions, just one little point I would like to mention. Now that we moved into the new house, we made it a smart home and so on, hey, but what about the old house? What did you do with it? And for that, we have something called as, let me try to show that to you. Okay, yes, we have this, it's a plugin which I put in the old home, I mean the older website, called Simple Website Redirect. What it does is basically, when I activate this button, immediately wherever we have frankfurt-toastmasters.de, even if you type this on your browser and you want to go for it, you will automatically be redirected to our new website. So if we have placed our links on Facebook and so on and so forth, different social media, so by activating this, we are not worried. Even if the link is not updated, when someone clicks on going to the website, they will surely go to the new one.